Bună ziua tuturor! Ne întâlnim în aceeași formație, sperăm, duminică, pentru sesiunea practică de public speaking. Aceeași Laura Trifan vă invită să adresați întrebări. Îi prezentăm și pe ceilalți colegi, apoi trecem pe engleză. Dau cuvântul.
Andrei.
Încep eu. Bun, salutare, neața tuturor, mă bucur să fiu din nou aici. Sunt Andrei, mă ocup de zona de public speaking din 2020, aș putea să spun. Vin cu experiența din corporație și din antreprenoriat, deci vă stau la dispoziție astăzi să vă aud discursurile și să vă dăm feedback. Fiți curajoși, nu vă fie frică, nu există discursuri greșite, nu există discursuri bune. Suntem curioși să vă auzim punctul de vedere și să vă dăm câteva insight-uri pe care, dacă sunteți de acord și vă plac, le puteți aplica.
Continui eu și cu tranziția în engleză, ca să zic așa. Good morning or good day to everyone. I'm Andy, part of the public speaking coaching team, so to speak. Compared to last year, we've decided to schedule the opportunity for you separately from the regular workshop to ask questions, to try out a demo of your pitch so that we may provide you with feedback on where you can improve it or not. Also give you maybe a chance to clarify a few issues. We're really looking forward to your questions and seeing how you have prepared, and of course trying to help you as much as we can. Is there somebody already that is maybe brave enough to start us off either with a question or a demo of their pitch of the team from the audience? And maybe just as a reminder, I would also share my screen with the presentation that we have had last time about the elevator pitch, what goes inside of one, the steps that one must follow, then how to prepare a pitch overall. So we'll just have the presentation ready for you in case you have some questions about it. Or maybe some things weren't all that clear. But how about if maybe you haven't started working on your pitch, or you're too scared that the competition might see what type of application that you're doing, you can try to make an elevator pitch. So think about a brand new idea, how you can present it and sell it to us, compel us that it is a good idea, a good opportunity or investment to consider. Take your time to prepare that, and we can then discuss on that, some being more general and maybe not that secretive, so to speak. Is there somebody who would like to join on this endeavor, given a few minutes to prepare? Maybe Denisa or Matei or Dan?
Let's first start, guys. Maybe it's too much. Maybe we jumped to rush in the pitches. Let's told us first what business idea did you choose? Yes, Brianna or Denisa, tell us. You are on mute. If you are saying something, you are on mute. We can hear you.
Brianna, your micro is off.
Or maybe it's not working. If it helps, you can maybe write in the chat or in the chat of the YouTube live stream. Maybe then we can at least read what the idea was until you solve your microphone issues.
Okay.
I've
Who's
posted
next?
the link.
Gabriel? Can you share with us what idea did you choose for the pitch or the project idea for to present in a contest? So guys, if you are not asking or telling us something, this session has no meaning. So we gathered today for you. So as I said, there are nothing. There are not bad questions or ideas. Just tell us something, then we can help you. We can prepare the pitches for you. At least a short idea of what you want to develop in the project, and we can, I don't know, brainstorm it if you need it.
Well, in the case of Brianna and her team, they said that they will try to solve and have something prepared for us to discuss in about 2 minutes. So, Dan, Gabriel, if you're in the team with Brianna, I'm assuming then might as well help her out. But if you're in opposite teams, that's not an issue. But yes, we did expect to hear from you what you'd be doing.
Creativitatea. Copiii fac fel și fel de lucruri și uneori reușesc să afle, pentru o secundă, că este uimitor să citești, să te cațeri în copaci sau să fii colorat, fiind tu. Copiii încearcă să afle în fiecare zi. Aleargă, râd, se joacă prea mult pe telefon, pe calculator și dintr-o dată lumea tehnologiei le face imaginația să își ia zborul și posibilitățile devin infinite. Copilul tău poate crea orice la cluburile de programare Punctul IT.
Please.
Biana, you were the first who showed interest in wanting to start. So if you want, you may proceed.
Yes, okay. My team doesn't have a pitch yet. we didn't do a demo. But I want to ask, how will you present this speech? Because I understood that we will send you the app and the business plan, but the pitch, when we have to talk with you in front of you, we will make a video. How will you present this pitch to you?
Are you talking for the first submission that is happening
yes.
online?
Yes.
Just a second. I think I need to see. Yeah. So as I see on the website, and I can share this with everyone as well. If you go on the website, HE for hardcore entrepreneur.upb for the University Polytechnic of Bucharest.ro, and then to the rules section, you should see at number 5 that there are 3 components that should be uploaded. The application itself, just as you said, Brianna, the business plan, for which, if I'm not mistaken, you have received like a template, like a sheet that it's supposed to be filled in with the required information of how you plan to monetize it, develop it, and so on. The entrepreneurial and the financial aspect, so to speak, and then the pitch. As I have seen from previous years, the way that people have done the pitch was by recording themselves while presenting a PowerPoint and talking over the PowerPoint, for example, providing us with additional information, presenting the idea of the project, how they came up with it, a little aspects about the business part, a little bit about the technical part, and some of them even include a small, and when I say, well, not small, but short, like 1 or 2 minutes sequence or edit into the video where we also see a demonstration of the application, a demo, a screen recording, something like that. So, of course, you have a lot of freedom to do so. But let me see if I still have one of the recordings maybe from last year to see as an example. But I don't think that's possible because most of the videos are like uploaded as unlisted on YouTube. I'm talking right now to a colleague to ask him for that. But until then, did my answer satisfy? Was it clear to you what you need to do for it?
Yes, thank you. And with the business plan, I don't know where to find the template. I didn't receive it. If you give that.
Maybe the workshop itself didn't happen, or did it already? I'm not sure. Let me check. Digital entrepreneurship. I'm assuming that it will either be made public to you or it was already in one of the recordings from the other webinars. But yeah, it's like a pretty straightforward demo that, not demo, but like a template that can be used for that. I think that I can at least check for that one if I can find it. Yeah, it would seem that the matter has been discussed at the digital entrepreneurship webinar, which was one of the first ones. Indeed, I didn't get to see if they actually shared the screen with the template itself, but I will ask about it, and if it has been made somewhere public or uploaded maybe somewhere, you should already have access to it. Webinar. Okay, I found the presentation itself. Yeah, while I still try to find the other things, Gabriel, you also wanted to say something, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, thank you.
Please.
So I have a few questions first.
Yeah.
I saw that we have to submit a pitch and a demo for the first session. Like, how long does it need to have to be?
Well, given the fact that during the finals, if you were to qualify, but this is like general information, when people will be qualifying for the finals, they will have 10 minutes at their disposal to do both the presentation and the demo. That's completely up to you. Like for this one, maybe you can go on a shorter one and of course improve it and make it maybe a little longer for the final version if you qualify. But I would say that 10 minutes also including the or maybe even without the demo is fine. Like if you have, let's say, maybe 10 minutes just for the pitch and then another 5 reserved for the demo itself, I'm saying as a maximum, of course, it should be more than enough. And actually, yeah, really good. If you want to make it shorter than that, it's fine. But normally we do expect people to take around 7 to 10 minutes just to present the pitch itself and include both the business and the technical aspects. Since this is such a big project, and for some of you it's the very first time competing for this competition, taking part in it, so you don't have the practice to do it faster, or you want to be very thorough with it, which is of course something to be understood and nothing to be worried about.
Okay, thank you. And I have some other questions, like can I maybe modify the project from the first session to the final in that time?
I'm afraid that I don't know the exact answer, or rather the official one. As far as I know from previous sessions, it's based on what you upload until the deadline on the GitHub or whatever we have decided this year for sharing. And based on that, you are invited to the finals. So I'm assuming that it should be to a final version. But since this is quite an important question and I don't want to give a bad answer, please ask on the WhatsApp support group if you are on it. Are you on it? Or?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. Because there's somebody who is also in charge of the organization and qualification for the finals, will definitely give you an answer. Since this is not something that I preoccupy myself with, I'd rather not lead you astray with a presumption, you know?
You mean actually to improve the project, not to change the idea.
No, to improve it. Like
improve
there
it,
is
okay.
some time from the 20 February to 6 March.
Yeah. It's best to ask on the WhatsApp group to get a definitive answer. Plus, I'm certain that there are other teams that maybe were asking the same thing, but or wanted to ask it, but they didn't get a chance to.
Okay, could I ask some more questions? Like,
Yeah,
if
sure.
there is someone out there who does want to speak, like I have a list here and okay, so the next one is like, where is the exact place? So maybe have a photo where the finals will be, because I have in plan to do something more dynamic that can help me get a good score. Like, where is the place where we'll be presenting in finals?
The finals will take place physically in the University Polytechnic of Bucharest, so in the main campus. And as per our experience last year, we should have an auditorium at our disposal. Like, if you go at the finals, if I'm not mistaken, from last year that are also uploaded on YouTube, you might get a feel of how big the room is.
So it will be something like that.
Yeah, so to get an understanding what an auditorium is, you can take
I
as
know.
a point of
I saw
reference.
the finals.
Yeah, but you can also take as a reference this, you can still see my shared screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like something similar to this, but a little larger. So there should be a little more space between the seats themselves and the podium, where you will be standing and be connected to the computer and show your video or your pitch or your PowerPoint, whatever you have prepared as material. And most of the jury will be in the very first few seats, while other participants or volunteers that are helping with the well-going of the event will be in the upper sides. So if by any means you need maybe, I don't know, a prop or something to use for your demonstration, you're more than welcome. Teams from last year, for example, prepared pamphlets like flyers, as if it was an actual advertisement for the application itself. So if you want to include something into the presentation, into those ways, something physical, there's definitely room to do so, I would say.
Okay, thank you. Because I also been familiar with the campus of VV, because I also been in other competitions like that. I've been needed to be there. So it helps me that you said that it's like that.
Yeah, I think it's not exactly this room, but it's one that looks similar to it, or it might just be this one. Yeah, it is. This is how the room looks like. If you go on the virtual tour of the UPB, you can just Google it, but the site is tourvirtual.upb.ro, and then look for, this is, for example, the room that we used last year, AN 010. This is what you would be expecting. So as I was saying, in the very front rows, you have the either guests from our partners or our sponsors, the people that are the judges. You will be either sitting here, or if you want to move around, that's not a problem, your team as well, and the others will be on this side. So it's quite a spacious room.
And the presentation will be like just up there, where
there is here a screen and a projector, so you will have the possibility to use media like a PowerPoint or a video. It won't be just you talking, you know, but they didn't roll the screen for this picture, that's all.
Okay, that's great. And you said that I could share with you my idea.
Yeah, of course. If you feel like showing us your idea and being like, hey, this is the idea, maybe give me some pointers about the pitch, we can try to do something like that.
Okay, so I thought about something like I've never seen before. Like it is up there, but not for the people I've thought about. Like an app where you can access courses, but they're not at specific at I don't know, like Coursera or other courses that you can find out, and it is more accessible for the the young people that can easily learn from it. I don't know. And from that, for that, I thought about like maybe that I've never seen in this competition, like for real putting in the idea and actually maybe I don't know, maybe signing some contracts or preparing for that. Like I'm just ready to put it in use for everyone.
So you're going in the direction of an educational application, if I understood correctly.
Yeah, in the market where everyone could sell their courses.
Well, the feedback that I can give you, it also includes something about the pitch itself. Given the fact that you already have talked to us about some of the already existing opportunities or alternatives to your application, this is something that maybe should be included at some point in the PowerPoint, in the demo itself. Not talk a lot about the competition itself, but rather say something like, I acknowledge the fact that there are several websites or digital environments where people can get courses either for free or via money, and then come with information that makes you different from what already is existing. So try to highlight what is the innovation from your side or what you're doing differently and why this is a good idea, not just something that wears a different skin, or it's rebranded.
Yeah, and I also looked up for the objectives of ONU, like this is the team, and the team of this year, and there was a section about education, and right there was like I don't know, it was 4 and 4.1, 4.2 like targets of ONU, and the one I saw that ONU didn't actually go for it and try to make it. It was including entrepreneurship and digital courses for young people, and this is my direction where I want to go, and that maybe can help me win this competition. I don't know.
Well, we need to stay impartial regarding each individual team that is competing. So we can only provide you with feedback or suggestions to how to improve the demo itself. Like if you already have an idea of how to do the demo itself, we can discuss that. But if you have something to talk regarding maybe functionalities or what can be improved, I would say that maybe the Discord or the WhatsApp group would be more appropriate, since the teachers from the other webinars, the technical ones, like the Flutter one, might have better things to say on the technical matters, at least.
I think I can. I don't know, like I have enough ideas for the technical ones, and I just I think I have the time to proceed the application in time. I hope so, and that's why I also asked if I can make modifications during the time that I'm or I'm not seeing if I'm qualified for the finals.
Definitely ask on the WhatsApp group to be certain. I'm sure that this is of interest to everyone. Again, I really can't tell because, I don't remember being asked this question last year. So yeah, don't forget maybe right now during the meeting or after this webinar has ended to ask this question so you don't forget, and see if there is any room to improve upon it once you have uploaded the online version for it.
Okay,
And
one last time I want to be sure. So you said that the time for the 20 February March for the 20 mark is like going for a demo and a pitch in the separate videos that can be up to 10 minutes.
it's completely up to you how you want to do it. So you can either just do the pitch itself, but some people go for the pitch and the demo in the same recording that they provide us, Like first they start with a PowerPoint and they talk over the PowerPoint itself, and then they show us a screen recording of how the application is going. Others, for example, they also try to put in a scene how they use the application in real life. So they make like a short sketch that you would see. Other people just film themselves, so no PowerPoint whatsoever, talking in real life while using the application and explaining how it works. So there is quite a lot of flexibility when it comes to this pitch video, but of course the main focus is the pitch itself, and the demo is something that's just an extra, like some of the people that will judge the application, because a lot of the judges will get like random people, will have access to the code and will be able to check it, but sometimes it's also nice to see the application running on the video as well, just to see how it looks from your side, But again, don't lose the focus that it's supposed to be the pitch itself, like how you present the idea, making sure that we understood it, including the business aspects and the technical ones. Did that answer your question?
Yes, and you said that the template is posted?
I thought that there was a template at least for that business plan. I remember you receiving a link on the WhatsApp group with the online for a Google Drive where you might find some of the materials. So if it's not there, or maybe that template is not necessary anymore and you can just do how you were instructed in the digital entrepreneurship webinar, then just follow that. But I will ask about it, and if necessary, I will write on the support group to tell you an answer on this matter.
Thank you. That helped me a lot.
You're
Sorry for taking your time.
No problem. That's why we're here, to answer such questions. Is there anyone else having similar questions or wanting to show up their pitch?
Should the business plan be followed particularly? Like, do we have to follow it, or can we customize it to our liking, however we like it?
I think that as long as you touch upon all the main points that were asked by at the digital entrepreneurship webinar, that's more than it matters. If you want to go the extra mile, if you want to add something, just to be certain, you're completely free to do so. But I'm certain that you have been receiving some guidelines at least, or some instructions on how to do it during the webinar. So once again, if you have forgotten where to find it, just go on the YouTube channel of our faculty, fields, and under playlists, you should see the one for Hardcore Entrepreneur 5.0. Of course, it's muted right now, but you will find here the digital entrepreneurship one, which was right after the opening. And you will definitely be receiving the information that you need right here.
Thank you. And could the video demo be something in the idea of an ad for the app? Like presenting the app? Well, I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. There are no restrictions, like as long as, so adding the demo itself is something purely, I would say, optional. For this part, you are definitely not obligated to do so. But if you want to do it, then of course you have the freedom to do it however you want. If you want to do it like an ad, you can do it. If you want to mix it with the pitch as well, it's also fine. If you want to put it after the pitch and just be a recording of the screen of how the application works and what the functionalities are, that's also more than fine. It's just something that we do expect to, not that we expect to see, but we want to tell you that you also have the possibility to include it, so you can be as free as you want when it comes to that. Again, the focus is on the pitch. I cannot emphasize this hard enough, and I'm sure that my colleagues would say the same. But once you are certain that you are done with the pitch, and maybe you still have time and are like generous to show us how the application works, you can also do a recording or an ad and show us this way.
Perhaps it's good to stress out that all the things have two main aspects: the content, the technical part, the programming part, and the part of sales. The unique selling feature might be on both sides, so it is your interest to be as clear as possible, so that everyone who is judging, the jury, is being catched, if you want. So, yeah, to convince them that your idea is the very best.
Thank you. My idea was focused around a focus app on the phone that blocks TikTok or Instagram, because that's the problem of the teenagers these days. But as I heard, there are a lot of apps that revolve around this idea. So I don't know if it can be monetized, because the only way to monetize the app is by a subscription, and that's the problem with many of these kinds of app.
I mean, as long as the idea applies to one of the criterias that you were given, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I'm actually certain you were given like a guideline regarding which are the topics that you might talk about. There were like 17 or 20, they were part of a list. It's not going to be an issue. And of course, the way that you execute it, the things that you add to it are completely up to you. We are only interested in seeing, just like Professor Trifan said, technical-wise, how you manage to do it, how you manage to program it, and then see how good you can present it. If you can really sell us to the fact that this is something to be worth investing into or using as an end user yourself, as the people that buy, purchase, or get the application. So yeah, you need to be both the programmer and the salesperson.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Of course, if maybe somebody is still having issues with the microphone, I still have the chat of the live YouTube in case you want to write something there. But otherwise, yeah, feel free to continue asking. Or again, if you have prepared a short version of it, just like Andrei has so thoroughly presented on the public speaking webinar along myself and Professor Trifan. Now's your chance to test it out and get like a feeling of it. We will be also making this presentation available on the Google Drive. It's just the fact that until now we didn't receive any digital access to it. Like we have received the link for it, but we didn't get the permission to also upload. But it is one that should be available to you as well. As I said, somebody from the organization has posted it, Robert. And as you see, you have digital entrepreneurship, public speaking, Flutter and GitHub, and each one has some materials, and we will also upload our own once Robert gives me the permission to do so. But you're also more than welcome to revisit the recording from last week as well.
I see we have one more question.
Oh,
Please.
yeah, please.
Okay. In our video pitch, do we use background music, or I don't know? You know, when you see a YouTube video ad, you hear just music, but in this video pitch, do I have to make an introduction or an accurate explanation, a really short explanation about what the app about, and that's it? Or should I use a song?
Not necessarily. Only if it makes sense for you, especially. I don't know, maybe you make something for relaxation or so. Your idea, your business idea. I don't know. But otherwise, it shouldn't be artistic. It should be very pinpointing. Yeah, you're the salespersons who are putting into light a business idea.
So I can do whatever I want to. If I want to use a song and not say anything, can I do that?
That is maybe the only thing that you cannot do, because of the fact that pitching itself requires feedback from the person that is presenting, not feedback, but words from the person that is doing the presenting. So you can add music in the background, but there needs to be somebody that's actually talking over the music or the video or the PowerPoint and telling us what the idea is about, how they plan to get money out of it, how they did some of the technical parts, how they see this idea going into the future and helping people. So yeah, this I would say is the minimum and the only mandatory thing that we expect from everyone, which is for you to be talking during the pitch. If you don't want to talk during the demo, that is completely fine. But the pitch itself does require talking. And the guidelines for that were again provided during the public speaking webinar.
Andy, can you put the AIDA regel, that one that we had previous? The four pillars in white and blue. It was the previous.
I forget which slide was this.
No.
Or
no, the other one, the AIDA regel. This one, yeah. Let me ask you something, Gabriela. How do you catch the attention? We assume that you put only music. How do you catch the attention?
With images?
Okay, but it also has to be, it has to initiate a dialogue, you know? So you try to sell something. Can you disclose what your idea, the idea of your team is?
You know, I'm sorry, but I don't want to tell.
You don't want to tell. Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
regardless, think of it this way. If you only use music, there's a chance that people will not want to pay attention because they don't like the music itself, or because they think that using music for a presentation is bad. But talking over it still is an important aspect and would give you a way to reach out to the audience. And while it's not important to get the attention of everyone in the room, it is important to get the attention of the people that are going to be judging you, so the judges. And there will be points for the pitch itself, not for who had the best edited video or the most compelling music, but rather who had the best pitch, or not the best pitch, but points on how the pitch was done, how interesting it was, how well put, and how thorough they were with the informations that we needed to understand the idea of the application and the application itself.
And in the end, you know, you take your risk to present, as you said. We made some recommendations, you know. If you take the risk to mesmerize everyone and to convince everyone just by music and image, feel free to do it. Otherwise, we use the classical way with words.
All right. Well, I thought not just put some music in the background to, I don't know, for people to listen to, but more to give an emotional impact. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, if music is just something that you add to the pitch and not the main selling point of it, that's not a problem. You should use it as a tool that is part of the pitch, but not be the focus of it. Because think of it this way. The pitch that you are preparing right now for this qualification period should be in a format that also works face-to-face, not just digitally. So you should be able to make it in a way that you can also present it on your own face-to-face with people in a room. So if it does require from you some interaction, and it does, it should be present.
All right, I understood now. Okay, thanks.
If there is still something that was unclear, or maybe we didn't point it out well enough, we can also answer to your questions on the WhatsApp group if necessary. And thank you. Those were good questions, just like the others. Anyone else? Denisa or Brianna, yeah.
I have just a little question. I didn't understood what we should show in the demo. I understood the pitch, what we present there, the application, we promote it, but in the demo, what should we show? What's the difference that we will show in the demo? For what is the demo? I didn't understood that.
Well, again, the demo is something that is optional, and because of that, you have entire freedom with it. There is nothing good or bad about the way that you do the demo. But the demo itself, the word is short for demonstration. So the demo should at least contain a way for the people that are watching the video to see how the application works. So if you either, again, take your phone, well, you can see it because of the screen, but yeah, you take your phone, you do a screen recording with the application installed of it, that's good. If you have it running on your computer, you maybe use OBS or something to record your screen and show us how it's working. If you have some friends or your colleagues in the teams that want to help you and you want to put like a play, like a scenario in real life and film yourself using the application, then you can do that as well. So you have completely freedom, but again, the pitch is for, yeah, the business part, the technical part, the convincing us, everything that we have discussed throughout these previous slides, while the demo itself is just a showing of the application. The way that
Okay.
you do it, it's completely up to you.
Okay,
And
thank you.
if you want to do it in the first place, because it's not something that is mandatory for this stage. It will be, however, a demo will be required for the final stage at the finals at Polytechnica. But for now, it's only optional.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Andrea, you have again a question?
Okay, so exactly what's the longest video? You know, is the video pitch or the other one?
The pitch should be the longer one and the more important one. So I would say if you reserve maximum 10 minutes for the pitch and then another 5 minutes for the demo, again, we're talking about maximums, it should be more than enough.
Oh, right. So if you could say, is video pitch closer to a video ad or a video demo?
That's the issue, that an ad is a little bit of both. And in this case, the example that you have given with like an ad is not enough, I would say, to be a pitch, because a pitch talks a lot about the stuff that the users aren't all that interested in. In this case, think of it this way. The pitch is when you want to, let's say you want to buy something, maybe a software for your computer, maybe a game, and you go to your parents and try to convince them why they should give you money for this. This is a similar way. In this case, the pitch is you trying to convince us, the organizers, that your application is good and that we should be inviting you in the finals. So you should tell us as many information as possible, even from how you developed the application, what was your intent behind it, how did it go and whatnot, like give us the entire details and not miss anything in the pitch. While the demo itself, it can be like the ad, it can be just the demonstration that is part of the ad, but yeah, it's hard to say that the ad fills both roles and definitely doesn't fill in its entirety the pitch.
All right. Okay. I understood.
Again, if you have any other questions, just check the slides or ask on the group, because yeah, that's why we didn't talk about the demo until now, because it does get a little confusing when you talk also about the pitch and the demo. But yeah, it's something that people eventually ask anyway. Yeah, so your main focus should be doing the pitch. If you use, again, recordings, if you use a PowerPoint, if you record your own voice while you do the pitch, it's more than fine how you record it, but it should be at least you or your colleagues talking and giving us as many details as possible. And then there's the demo aspect, which is something, again, fully optional. You will not be receiving like extra points for it. But if you maybe want to be like, hey, I want to show them how the app works because I'm afraid that I didn't explain it enough during the pitch, then you have a second chance with the demo. But the main focus of the demo would be rather seeing the application rather than listening to it, and how it works. So think of it this way. The pitch should captivate the judges' ears, while the demo should captivate our eyes. But of course, it can have a little bit of both. But I would say that those are the focus areas for each of them.
Oh, okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Anyone else have any follow-up questions? Yes, Matei.
You said that the idea has to fit in one of the 17 categories. I don't know. I haven't participated in any of the webinars. Where can we find the 17 topics we have to base our idea from? Or
I'm certain that they are part of one of the webinars. I really cannot tell you which one of them. It might have been even at the very beginning, like at the opening ceremony. But yeah, you should definitely see them to check it out, or at least ask on the WhatsApp group, hey, I understand that there are this category, the 17 blah blah, or some rules regarding about the idea in which I can develop my app. Can maybe somebody send them to me? Let me see if maybe I can find the link. I remember at some point seeing it, but I cannot promise.
If I may, is it about the 17 goals of the UNO?
I think so, yes.
Development?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
you find them
Yes.
anywhere. Also on the UN, the United Nations.
Yeah.
May I take over?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Can you see them?
Yeah, you can click now on my screen and use it.
Yes, I'm asking you all. Are you seeing it? The United Nations goals?
Yes.
Okay, this is about no poverty, zero hunger, and so on.
Education, life on land,
Yes, the sustainable
partnership
goals.
for goals.
Because I'm very much in with sustainability. I'm researching a lot on this, and that's why I know this was the main the framework topic for the this edition of Hardcore Entrepreneur. You may find them also listed in the beginning, like Andy said, but you also find them from the first hand on the United Nations website.
Yeah.
So idea should revolve or should help towards one of the goals?
Precisely. I'll give you an example. One of the finalists last year made an application that helped you find all of the charging stations around your area for your electrical or hybrid car, while also giving reviews regarding if it was functional, if they had their own cables, if you needed anything else. It was like a forum that was made particularly for that topic and also gave you the opportunity to reserve it beforehand. Somebody else, on the other hand, decided to make a food delivery application, so like Glovo or Uber Eats, but focus on the shops that are doing like bakery stuff, so that at the end of the day, they can sell everything that they still have on stock instead of throwing the wasted food away because people aren't coming to the shop itself and then open themselves to delivery last minute, so to speak, as well. So yeah, these are some of the ideas. Even as one of your colleagues said, because I don't think it was you, I think it was Gabriel, about the online platform for teaching. That's also one of the good options. It serves point number 4, quality of education. So yeah, if you manage to include one of them, that would be ideal. For example, even improving the quality of your life. If you manage to find an application that is bringing you with less distractions or allows you to focus yourself more, or maybe it should be good for an industry overall because of the fact that the industry itself could be improved by adding this application into part of their work, part of their ethics, their infrastructure. I don't know. Did that clarify?
Is it, yeah, it's clear, but is it mandatory to follow one of the rules or is it a recommendation?
As far as I know, it's kind of mandatory, if you have a different idea other than this 17, or maybe you think that your idea, well, it's not that there are only 17 ideas. These are like 17 categories. And if you think that you have a very good idea, but it doesn't really fit into any of the categories, it's not necessarily an issue, I would say, but that would put you in a disadvantage compared to the others that are doing something with this 17 criteria, you know?
But
So
I
it
think
would, yeah.
I think each idea can fall under one or another category. For instance, you
Yeah.
have a relaxation app. Yeah, you can put it on 3: good health and well-being, or I don't know, measuring something of the human body, or something about education. I think every idea can be put on under one of these sustainability goals. It is generous enough.
I understand. Thank you.
It shouldn't be a limitation, but just a structure.
Yeah. So yeah, this aspect will also test how well you present it, because if you think for some reason that it's not that good of a parallel or connection to these 17 categories, if you manage to convince us that it is while you're presenting, then we'll believe you and we'll be like, oh, okay, he actually did it. So yeah, take this into account as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, some more questions, I see.
Yeah. Gabriel?
Thank you. I thought about like if you are already on the objective of ONU, if I can make my idea maybe point out more than just one objective. It is a
More
problem.
than one. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So
mean,
it's not. It is not
I
a
would
problem.
say that one is the expected minimum. So if you have an idea that is more ambitious than can cover it, then that's great. But think also this way. Of course, that any idea can be further developed, further improved upon, just like we discussed. Maybe somebody will tell you on Teams, on WhatsApp, that you are allowed after the qualifications to continue developing the application. But you need also to analyze, okay, how much time do I have left and how long is it going to take for me to do it? Because maybe somebody is going to make an application that has all 17, but they're going to do it in like 10, 15, 20 years, you know? So while I don't want to say that I discourage your creativity or your imagination or your idea, also think about what you can do with the given time frame. Because if you only come to us with an idea that covers 10 of this out of 15 or 4 or 6, whatever, but you have no application, or you didn't develop any of the 10, 5, 6, how many, then it doesn't really matter how good the idea is, you know? Because at the end of the day, this is also there's also a practical side of this competition.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Andrea, you are the next one, or Gabriela?
Okay. Okay, so I have a question. If the idea is really good, can it become a real project?
Yeah, definitely. We actually do have competitors from last year who are now students at our university who actually made a startup with their idea. So it's completely up to you how you decide to invest your time into this idea, because at the end of the day, once you are done presenting the idea, if you get to the finals, because as you said, you have a very good idea, so let's assume that you and your team, or just you or your own, get to the finals, you will get the chance after presenting to talk to some of our sponsors, to some of the people that are involved, and some of them are in this field, so maybe they will give you some guidelines, or you document yourself online. How do I make a startup? How do I get funds to get money for my idea? How do I actually launch it? And then you can actually do it. So it is entirely possible, and it has already been done a few times in this 4 years of editions. We've had like 2 or 3 that were really successful and actually done.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, even some of our professors, for example, from these webinars, for example, Dinu Rusu from the Flutter one has just recently been invited to a TV, how do you say, to a TV program like ProTV or something like that for one of the IT segments, because he launched an application that helps you with scanning products and getting an understanding about when they expire, how many additives were used to it, how friendly the packaging is. So a lot of information that would help you with a lot more insight when you do your shopping, your grocery. So yeah, even the people that are teaching you are some that have developed applications and launched them into the wild, so to speak, for others to use. So I would say that definitely, if this is something that you are not just seeing as an opportunity to learn, but you are really passionate about it and you really want to contribute to life itself with it, it's more than possible. And at the end of the day, that's what engineers do. They work with the knowledge and the tools that they get their hands on, and they try to make life better, at least for one more person. Yes, Matej.
If, for example, we're a team of 3, are we graded on how we divide our responsibilities? Like, for example, one of my colleagues helps on developing the app, one of my colleagues helps spreading the word around for the app, and I develop the pitch. Or should we all talk during the pitch?
I can tell you that,
necessarily.
yeah, I can tell you that each team receive, like there will be 1 grade per team. We will not grade each individual of each team. And given this information, you have as many options as you want. You can conquer and divide and be like, okay, we have the guy that really knows his code, but he's a little bit shy. We have the person that has a lot of business ideas, but he only knows how to put them on paper and not talk about it. And then we have the person who is intuitive and can talk about both of them, but can't actually do them. So if you want only one person to talk, it's fine. If you want both of you or all 3 of you to talk, it's also fine. But it will be only 1 grade. So yeah.
But developing or contributing to the pitch, I hope that the whole team is participating, because it's important to put together all the information. Like I said, also the this grading of ideas with money or with red dots. All of you should participate and make the quintessence of it, the most important information that you have to provide. And of course, the most talkative and the most expressive one should be the main. And if there are some technical details, or God knows, about the business plan, then you involve also the second, or all the 3 of you if you are equally talkative and convincing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? If not, that is more than fine. I think we already covered quite a lot of things. And I myself already forgot what were all of the topics that we discussed about. But feel free to revisit the recording, or if you think that we didn't give you a satisfying enough answer, also write on the hardcore support group where me and Professor Trifan have access, or even the Discord where I have access as well. and let us know. I think that unfortunately, because this session will be done, you cannot text us like, hey, this is like my whole pitch, like send us the video and for us to grade it, because yeah, it would be unfair to the others. But at least you can still ask us, definitory questions about it, or if something is unclear to you. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Well,
Good.
we were a short number, but you are all very active, and I'm really grateful to you for waking up and joining us today and having so many questions. I really look forward to seeing some of your applications and hopefully seeing as many of them at the finals. I'll be cheering on my own for your team, for your teams, and while Andrei couldn't stay until the end, I'm certain that he also wishes you the best of luck. And yeah, we hope to see you in the finals.
Thanks for participation, guys. The warm-up was a bit slower, but instead of it went very well afterwards. Good luck.
Thank you as well for answering our questions.
It was our pleasure. Okay, everyone, have a nice day and keep working on the projects. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.